Hello and welcome to Frugal Finance. It's just this week's update since last Saturday. So we're doing this pretty much on a weekly basis now. So if you like the video, please do subscribe, hit the like button below, comment if you've got any particular good stocks that you can recommend or want to know any questions. If you would like a free share with Freetrade, please, we're trading 2-on-2. Please go in the description below and use the link. They will give you a stock or a share valued up to £100. And then you'll get on your investing journey. There's also a link to Freetrade as well. They give you a stock or a share up to £200, so slightly better. But obviously they do charge for keeping your portfolio inside an ISA tax wrapper, essentially. I've done other videos on ISAs and things like that. So with that said, let's get into the video. So this week, we're looking at the sort of top movers and fallers. So some of the top movers this week are companies like Apple. So you'll see they're up 9.3% this week. I believe that is on the back of various announcements that they've got some product lineups coming up. So things like the iMac and the MacBook Pro are due for renewal. There's also been renewed enthusiasm about the Apple car, and there's various other reasons for that. And I believe that they've obviously had a strong week for that. One of the other top movers was Netflix, which is down here. They obviously reported that they had a really good last quarter of last year, so quarter four earnings. They're massively up. So in the last week, obviously they've leaped up 13.41%. Obviously for me that's only just over £1.40, but it's the increase in the last week is what I'm really looking at. I suspect long term they will probably grow. Obviously they're not the smoothest of lines. The fact that there was a period where there was danger of them running out of shows and things is probably has a long-term impact on them. Because people wonder whether due to the pandemic they can continue producing. But some of the just quickly here, some of the top fallers this week. EasyJet, so that is down 6.23%. I suspect that's primarily on this introduction of new flight restrictions into the UK, testing procedures and so on. Obviously I know that they're that the airline itself has been hemorrhaged over the last 12 months, so that stock remains quite volatile in itself, but I think it's stable-ish as it is right now. I don't see it going an awful lot lower than that, so unless something drastic happens with them. Cineworld, they are pretty much kind of even keeling at the moment. They were doing quite well midweek, but I think they dropped down because there was an announcement that the Bond film has been put back till October time, and other films are to follow. It's not a top mover or a faller, but obviously it's fallen quite a lot for me, because last week it was doing quite well. And then another one, we've got JP Morgan Chase here, 3.66% down this particular week. No real reason for them. I just think it remains a pretty volatile stock at the moment. I'm not sure if they've done their quarterly earnings report or anything. Need to have a look into that. Procter & Gamble, they're obviously down 3.36%. Again, one of these stocks that is just a bit sort of volatile up and down, you can see here, and it may have a climb back up. And then you've got, in terms of faller, I think Wells Fargo here has not done particularly well this week. Obviously, it's come down only a fraction, but after a pretty steady incline, of late. It's now obviously dropped down fractionally. So that's a kind of review of the sort of top movers and fallers. Obviously, there are a few in there that have moved significantly this week. But I think where we've got losses or reductions of around 2 or 3%, we've also got gains in certain places of 2 or 3%. In various stocks. So that's a kind of quick overview of the week. The net result of that is up 2.17%. So that's quite good because we're still in the green. And obviously 2.17% is more than I would have got on this money if I'd have put it into a standard kind of cash ISA with, say, Barclays. Obviously, you need to take your own advice as to whether or not this investing in the stock market is for you. This isn't financial advice. These videos are for entertainment purposes, and you should really seek independent advice. I'm not FCA registered, so I can't advise you as to what stocks. All I can do is tell you what I'm doing and my own opinion, which really matters for very little in the grand scheme of things. But you are more than welcome, and I hope you enjoy the videos. So just switching over to the invest part of my app. This is where the stocks are not wrapped in a ISA, and that is because they don't meet the criteria of being an ISA in the UK. So NIO, which is a Chinese Tesla, is the only thing I have in here, and I'm glad to see that in the last week it has recovered, because last week it was a minus of about 6%, maybe nearly 7%, I believe. So it's gone from minus 7% back up to plus 1.89%, which is obviously quite a significant rise in a week. And the net result of that is just a £5 return. Obviously, 6.5 shares in that is not going to return me a massive amount of money, but you can see in the last week it is up 10.11%. I think with NIO and any of these ones, they do remain a bit volatile, but the general trend is going up. So I think that's fine. And then the only other thing to look at really is the pie, which I did a midweek recap on. I believe it's gone down, so I think it was around zero or maybe in a small profit. Now we're at minus £1.82. That's a classic example of how the stock market really can react over time. It's, for example, the whole portfolio here was at a kind of 3.36% on, I think that was about Wednesday or Thursday. And then obviously, here we are, Friday. So Friday at 6 o'clock in the morning, it was at a £34 profit, or 3.8. And then obviously we finished out the week at 2.17%. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe and smash the like button and all the YouTube algorithmy things. It does help get the channel out to a new audience and hopefully encourage them to watch the videos and gain whatever they need to from these videos. If you would like a free share valued up to the total value of £100, please do use the link in the description below. I favour Trading 212 personally, because there is no charge for holding an ISA with them, but there is actually a link to Freetrade in there as well, so I'm not kind of married to Trading 212 particularly. And with Freetrade you get up to £200, so double the amount you do with Trading 212, potentially for a free share. I would say probably both companies give you a share of around £10 to £15. Obviously now every now and then you're going to benefit a bit more than that. The disadvantage, in my opinion, with Freetrade is that they charge you £3 a month for having the ISA, which means you've got to have a fair chunk, maybe £1,000 or so invested, and giving you £3 return at least per month in order to cover that cost. So I hope you like the weekly roundup, and if you've got any questions, please do post them below, and I'll see you next week.